Alright, this is going to be Real Talk episode 47. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with the format, I basically have a loose topic in the title of the video, and I can pretty much go in any direction I want. But for this particular Real Talk, I'm going to stick to the topic. And I just made a video apologizing to Robbie's Hope. And when I was making that video, I was showing his latest comments, but there was one comment that was hidden by YouTube that I didn't see, and I ended up seeing it after I finished the video, so that's why I'm making this video. But not just because I wanted to address the comment, but because of the things he said in the comment. So I wanted to make sure I covered all his comments, but at the same time, he said a lot of great things here that need to be discussed, and I'm glad he posted this. And I wish I would have caught it in the last video, but that's okay because I'm doing it now, and it's worth making another video about it. Anyways, if you guys look on your screen, it's in this video, same video as the last video, where I was responding to some of my viewers, and I'll show you how it's hidden so you guys can learn this trick that I figured out. I had to do a little research to figure this out, but basically what YouTube does is, if you have it by top comments, they'll hide some of your better comments. So like, as you can see, his comment is not showing. This is what was showing up in the last video. And it's not here either. It's not here. It's not here. It's not here either. So as you can see, it's hidden. And what I did was, I did this, newest first. So sort by newest first. And then the comment showed up. And I was like, oh, okay. And it's funny that they hid this comment because this was one of his best comments ever. So now I'm going to address this. And there are very, very little things I disagree with this post. But I will talk about what I do disagree with. For the most part, everything he said here was on point. He, she, and again, I don't know if you're a male, female, because Robbie's is like, could be a male name, could be a female name. But anyways, I will address each point, and let's start off. Let's just read it. He said, history is being done by the same ones who have done it time and time and time again, over and over and over, at the same people, the same groups, the same ones over and over again. The pattern is there for you to see it. That's all I was saying. Yes, and all I was telling you is that in order for something like that to occur, where the same pattern is being repeated over and over and over by the same people, you have to have a supernatural force backing them, controlling the situation to make sure that it happens. Because if humans were alone doing it, or doing it by themselves, it wouldn't keep repeating in such a perfect fashion, right? Where we keep having the same history repeated over and over and over, like I said in the other video, where we keep having same wars and racism and governments, countries, religions. Everything is still the same. People are still the same, acting the same, fighting about the same stuff. Nothing has changed over thousands of years, right? And that's because you have a higher force that's making sure, basically guiding humanity down this dark path. That's what's causing it to happen. And I'm going to, get deeper into that as we go through this post. Then he said, she said, my proof is history shows it is the same people doing the same bullshit over and over again. That's my point. Okay. Then you said, I have learned. I do see it. It is the same people. The only issue that I have with what you're saying is you keep saying people, and maybe because you're not sure of what's happening, but you have to do more research, Robbie. So that's all I'm trying to say. Like, there are more things, maybe you've never experienced or seen them or dealt with them or haven't done research on them, but there are entities beyond this world that are controlling everything and making sure that things happen in that manner. That's why they keep the same people in charge over lifetimes, over centuries. They have the same bloodlines, the same families, right? That's because there are aliens and demons that have the capability to live for thousands of years that can make it happen that way, right? That's what's happening. And then you said, and I do see that we're still under the thumb of these assholes, and it doesn't matter what we say, what we do, they will still want to have their power and their control. Well, it does matter. And I'll tell you how it matters. Because the only way they're able to have their control and power over us is because we allow it to happen. That's it. Once we say, no, we don't want this. And when I say we, I'm talking about the world as a whole, as a collective. When the world rises up, and humanity rises up and says, we're tired of giving our power away. We're tired of voting for you people. We're tired of slaving and working your jobs so that you guys get rich and we're still poor. Things like that, right? Humanity has to wake up and see who's controlling them and for what reasons. And then the power and control that they have over us will cease to exist. It will end. But until people see the truth, the real truth, they're not going to be able to do anything about it. Does that make sense? So it does matter. It very much matters. If it didn't matter, I wouldn't be talking right now. I wouldn't be making videos. I wouldn't be trying to explain anything to you. I would just be like you and say, you know what? It doesn't matter what we do. Whatever. But it matters. It very much matters. All right? And then you said, I said this years ago that they were playing all sides and it doesn't matter. And it didn't matter. We were just the pawns. They could care less about us. Well, that's true. Well, not entirely true, and I'll explain. They do care about humans to a degree, and what I mean by that is we are their cattle. We feed them, we work for them, we do everything for them, right? And without us, they don't have their energy farming, right? Let's call it energy farming. They harvest negative energy, dark energy from us. So when we're suffering, we're in pain, we're killing each other, doing all these crazy things to each other, that's when they eat and that's when they feast. So we are very valuable to them, and we do matter to them, but only as something that they can use for themselves, right? To further themselves. So that's how we matter to them. But anyways, then you said we are just pawns. Blah, I read that already. And then you said Michael Jackson's got a great song. They don't care about us. Very true. Yeah, and you know why he made that song? Because he knew about the demons, the aliens, the dark forces behind the scenes that were controlling humans, that were controlling his life and not allowing him to live. And in the end, because he was such a good person and he has such a positive outlook on the world, or I want to say he had a positive influence in the world overall, right? If you take away all the little, the allegations against him and stuff like that, most people love Michael Jackson. That's the real truth. And because of that, they sacrificed him and they killed him. He was a sacrifice. And that's what happened to him. It is what it is. But anyways, yeah, that's why he made that song, because he was trying to expose the truth of what was happening. And he was talking about the ones that control the world. And here's where we have a little bit of a disagreement, and I want you to understand what's going on here. There's this thing called MK Ultra. You should do some research on it. I'm going to say it again. MK Ultra. Go look it up. I don't want to tell you what it is. I don't want to break it down. I'd rather you go research it and figure it out for yourself. To give you a little bit overall idea of what it is, it was basically something that humans got a hold of in the United States. And it was a tool that they used to control other humans. But they got a hold of it from higher forces. Aliens, demons, whatever. That's where they got the technology to do this. And they're able to control humans on a mass scale with this technology, with this capability. And it's called MK Ultra. So again, go look it up. You'll see what it's all about. And then you said, so every bit of abuse that myself and others may have experienced have been done by demons and aliens? Yes. Let me explain. The reason why humans are the way that they are is not because it's in their nature to be that way. It's because they've been programmed and brainwashed to believe that they need to be this way. That's why humans do the things that they do. So even if a human does something evil to you, think about why most humans do evil things. They have some trauma in their life. They've been misled. There's something wrong with them. And it's because the world that we're in has made them be that way, because it's been created to make people be that way. The world has been conditioned to make people act evil, to do evil things. Again, back to what I said about people being naive and gullible, right? They fall for things, they believe in lies, and then they act on those lies. Or maybe they just have some trauma, or they did something happened to them, or maybe they just think that being evil is the right thing because no one has told them better. No one has told them anything better, like their parents didn't teach them. Nobody has taught them anything, right? So they're like, well, I guess being evil is the right thing, because they look at the world and they see how messed up everything is, so they think, yeah, might as well be an evil person. But whatever the case is, the world has been made to be this way because of demons and aliens, all right? That's why humans do things to each other. Now, can humans stop doing those things to each other? Yes. That's where humans have some control and some semblance of capability of doing something, but most humans don't do anything. They just go along with the flow. They let things happen and be how they are. And the ones that control the world know this. The evil ones, they know this. They understand how humans work and what makes them go, right? They're like, this is how humans are. We can easily just create a world like this, and they're going to fall into place and do whatever we want them to do. That's how humans are. Humans are that way. So I'm like, okay, humans need to see what's happening to them so that they can try to fix it and do something about it. But most humans don't want to do anything. They're just like content with this psychotic hellhole of a world that we live in. They don't want to see the truth of what's really happening. They're like, whatever. I'm just going to go along with whatever's happening. Anyways, then you said, sure, they seem like a real person to me. Well, I don't know. It sounds like you have some kind of trauma or something happened to you. Somebody did something to you. I've had evil things happen to me too. But I understand why they happen. And I understand why these humans do evil things. Can the humans control themselves and try to stop it? Some can and some can't. Some people are genuinely possessed by demons and can't do anything at all. And some people aren't possessed, but they're so influenced and conditioned by the evil world they live in that they might as well be possessed. But overall, if humans didn't have this outside influence of evil, they would be able to live in peace and harmony. That's why I said to you, we don't need history, because history is just going to influence people to do evil things. It's just going to make them, it's just going to say, oh, people used to be racist. Oh, people used to have wars and stuff like that. Oh, why don't we do it too? That's all that history does. It just basically makes the same thing happen again, right? That's already happened. So we need to forget that, move on, and just not do anything evil to each other. That's what we need to do. Not talk about the past, right? It's irrelevant. But anyways, then you said, I've seen more humans be cruel to other humans, heard horror stories about other humans committing acts of horror upon other humans. So you're telling me these are all demons and aliens? As I said before, sure, it does seem human to me. Well, again, if you understand the world and how it's constructed and why it's made to be that way, then you're going to understand why I say what I say. But you're very focused on humans, and you think humans are running the show. You think humans are doing everything of their own free will. That's not the case. I mean, there's so many things I could tell you. It's too much to say right here, but I could tell you stories about why I know this isn't the case. So if you want to know more, just go to my social media and connect with me there. Use Telegram, use something, and we'll have a better talk about it. Then you said, like I said, we all have our own life experiences, and there are more people out there like me who choose not to elaborate on their experiences because there are others out there who don't understand, will never get it, and have never experienced that kind of life. Well, again, I can gather that you've had some traumatic experiences, and I would like to hear about it if you want to tell me, but that's on you. And then you said, like I said, I guess my words don't come across and or I can't elaborate the correct manner in which to convey all my thoughts in the right manner. You're misunderstanding again. No, I'm not misunderstanding. You are misunderstanding me. But again, that's fine. The only way to get to an understanding is to have conversations. And if you feel that you're not able to convey all your ideas through text, then again, use one of the social media and talk to me directly, like how I'm talking right now. We can have a conversation like this, right? And then you said, thank goodness that others do not have to experience the true horror and cruelty that some have had to go through. Yeah, I've been through a lot myself. Trust me, I've been through a lot. I haven't talked about everything I've been through, but I've been through some shit, and I know what you're talking about. I promise you I know. And then you said, I will keep listening so I can keep learning, because that's one thing I do believe in, is constant learning, because how else would you grow as a person in knowledge and in yourself? That's a good way to look at it. And you said, there's another great song out there, Liars, Crooks, and Thieves. At least I think that's the name of it. Great song. I've never heard of it. Then you said, each one of us has to walk our own path towards that truth. We are born alone and die alone. So each experience helps us grow, and I hope to stay on that walking path of knowledge. Well, I can try to help you as much as I can. I highly recommend, like I said, join one of the social media so that we can have personal conversations. If you want to, share things with me, I've already extended that to pretty much anybody that's watching. And I think maybe if we had just a conversation, just a talk, like how I'm talking to you now, maybe we'll get to a better understanding. And maybe I'll understand what you're saying I'm misunderstanding. I don't think I'm misunderstanding anything, but maybe you think I am. I don't know. But whatever the case is, if you want to clear the air or whatever you want to call it, contact me on Telegram or Discord or Instagram or something, right? Use one of these social medias. Contact me. We'll talk and we'll figure it out. And for everyone else, if you like, comment, subscribe, share where you can. Hit the notification bell. See you guys in the next video. Take care.